Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. New Horizon Lawn Care here, and today's a little kind of a different video. We're going to talk a little bit about model trends for how January looks to be trending. So, hope you're all having a fantastic day, a wonderful day, enjoying your weekend. We're going to talk about winter weather and what I think is about to happen to my area. Now, I'm going to kind of focus in on my area of what I think is going to happen. But definitely January is looking cold and very snowy. So we're going to kind of start here with the GFS. Now I am on Tropical Tidbits and whatever website you guys want to use. I like Tropical Tidbits for GFS and a few others. I like Pivotal Weather for my Euro. So we're going to start here in, we're basically just going to kind of start January 1. We're going to get past all this, you guys know, but I want to focus in on the weather aspect of the model run. So January 1 technically starts right here because we're 6 hours behind on the weather. So when it says it's noon, it's actually showing for 6 a.m. So we're going to go 6 a.m. on January 1st. Pretty much New Year's Day, cold, New Year's Eve, cold's going to start pouring in with our first cold wave. And it's going to be probably... I'm not for sure what time yet. Timing is still kind of up in the air, but it's going to get cold. It's going to be below freezing. It's not going to be like super cold. It's probably going to drop down into the 20s or something like that. But we have a little system here coming in, and I'm going to fast forward here till, let's see, go back. January 3rd, right here. Okay, little system right here. Now, the GFS paints this as being a, I don't know, kind of a small system. Canadian paints this to be a little bit bigger system. Now, which is right, we don't know yet. Still roughly 120 hours out. Let's see, this is the 6 a.m. run. I'm going to show you two different runs of the GFS. Now, the GFS has been known to dump some really big hellacious storms thus far, anytime after 180 hours out, or any time you get closer to 300 hours out. But we are within 175 to 180 hours out for this next storm. So it's starting to get into some sort of agreement. We just don't know the track of the storm yet. Is it going to track over us? Is it going to track under us? What's it going to do? But here it comes. Saturday, going to be cold. We've got the cold air coming in out of Canada. We've also got a low pressure up here that's going to do some more pushing of cold air in this way. So cold air coming in everywhere. If we can get a system up here to come track a certain way, it's going to be all snow, but it's going to be a heavy wet snow because there's still a lot of moisture with this system. The colder you get, the less snow you have with a system. There also is a thing where it can get too cold to snow. As you can see, this big system getting a 1,006 millibar low pressure coming up out of the Texas panhandle as the system dove down into Texas, came up, and goes up into Illinois. As it comes in, as you can see, I-64 and south, going to be a mixed precipitation to start off with. Or no, it's going to start off as a little snow, possibly a chance changing over to a little bit of sleet. The purple is sleet, the red is freezing rain. Possibly a little sleet, switching over to freezing rain, and then possibly back to snow on the rear end of the system. Right here in central Illinois, from St. Louis to Terre Haute, to Indianapolis, to Danville, to Champaign, to Charleston, Mattoon areas, Cumberland County areas. This system looks to get us right on the home plate. This thing is going to move right over us. Several hours of heavy, heavy snow. Probably zero visibility at times. It's going to come down so hard. And my guess it's going to be big flakes. Now, as you can see, we go from a 10,000, or what was we? 10,006. As you see, we get a little closer. Now we're down to a 998 millibar. So this thing's really sucking up the moisture. And the wind's going to be kind of spinning like this. So it's going to be bringing that moisture up into our area. Okay. So there it goes, moves off. Okay, and you're thinking, oh, wow, that's a big storm. Yeah. Let me show you the total. Whoop, that's not what I want. Wrong one. We want snow depth right here. There we go. Now, don't take this as a forecast. This is just model agreements and model trends. First system, there it goes. It has the system a little bit further north, dusting to 1 inch. Okay, nothing there. Probably a dusting here. I'm down in this area down here. Here comes our second system. And I'm going to push this far enough out to Tuesday morning. Actually, this is Monday at 6 p.m. Storm's pretty much out of here. It's an overnight system into all-day system on Monday. So Monday commute on the 6th could be treacherous. Country roads are probably going to get pretty bad. As this cold air is crashing, any moisture that's in there is going to freeze hard because we've got some pretty cold coming in behind this too. This is going to set the stage for our really, really cold temperatures. Talking maybe a foot, 15 inches, 16 inches, 18 inches in Missouri. Not out of the question. We'll have to see what happens if that continues to trend up. If we start getting some of these greens and pastels and all that, could be looking at some major snow here for the first part of January for central Illinois. The more north you go, the less you get. The further south you go, the less you get. But hitting hard right here in the central part of Illinois, we haven't had a big storm like this since probably between 2014 and 2016. I can't remember what year it was, but it was probably the last time. I know 2013-14 was a big year for snow, and it really kind of cranked up. We had some snow in December, but it really cranked up in December. I think we got 16 inches in one storm in December that year. Crazy. Probably one of the biggest storms we've had in a while. But as you can see, big hitting storm. Now I'm going to bring this back to where we were so you guys can see that. Very crazy there. But as you can see, it's just going to get cold. We got some other systems diving out. I'm going to back up to the region here and go back to the full region just so you guys can see that a little bit better. Okay. You can see the systems. You can see the low coming down out of like Idaho. What is that? Utah. Diving down into Texas, and then pushes east and northeast, which would be a great hitter if for all you snow lovers out there. Super awesome big storm there. As you can see, cold air dives down. And I've got a friend that lives down in Texas, and he says the weather's not saying much about cold down there, but this model does not go out as far. But we got some more cold coming up. About the second week of January is going to get really cold. I think out west is going to feel some of this cold. Maybe even have some good shots of snow out there. And some of the models are hinting this stuff, cold and snow, going all the way down to Florida. Like the panhandle of Florida is going to get some cold and potentially some good snow. So, but don't take that as a forecast. Just saying what some of the models are spitting out. Anything past that storm I just showed you, I'm not worried about right now, other than I know the cold. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you real quick. I want to show you the Canadian. And I want to zoom this back into my area. And I want to show you what it was producing, a little bit bigger system for the second and third. So there's our system for New Year's Eve. That's 6 a.m. New Year's, so it looks like a Monday night into Tuesday morning kind of system. So that'll be nice. So those of you that have plans for New Year's Eve, looks okay other than a little bit of cold. So here we are at 6 p.m. on New Year's Eve. Still a little bit of rain out there. And then it's going to get cold right behind it. Now this cold here, as you can see, I'm going to go back a little bit. Your 540 line's right here. That's normally your freeze line, and I don't think the models are doing a good job. But this should be changing over to snow. Or some light freezing rain. I guess we'll just have to see what happens. Although the ground has warmed up in the last few days. We've been in the 50s and close to 60 around here. So ground temperatures have warmed up, which if we do get early freezing rain, New Year's, which would be great, keep it from freezing. But We're going to move this in. So this is the system. This is the noon run. Okay, it has a little bit further south. Still kind of in my area. But I want to show you the midnight run of this. Had it right over us and a little bit heavier. This had this about 2 inches right here. So we'll have to see if that pans out. But could get a little plowable snow on Friday. We'll have to see how that pans out. Now I know the ground is warm, and more likely that would just stick to elevated surfaces, but there might be some slick conditions. You may have to do some salting out there. So just something to keep in mind. I'm going to back up here just a little bit. Go back to the GFS. One other model, the Icon. I don't really look at this model much, and I'm just going to do it wide. Of course, we're getting the 18Zs already trying to come in. We're going to back this up to the noon because the noon is fully in. Again, shows the warmth, shows the low pressure there for New Year's Eve. A little bit further north than it was on the other runs. Cold air crashing in. And here comes that little system. It just wants to put Friday as some flurries. So we'll have to see. There's some light snow or flurries definitely possible on Friday, January 3rd, 2025. And here comes the next system getting its act together. Again, has the low pressure diving down into Texas. Getting some rain build up here. Now, this is the end of the run. I'm 180 hours out. That's all the further the Icon goes. So we'll have to keep an eye. But it's definitely painting a picture, too. So there's 2 models right now that are in agreement with a winter storm happening here to the degree of central Illinois. So, and I will put that up a little bit closer so you guys can see that. Back it up a little bit. There it comes. And there it goes. So that's all the further I can go. That's the end of the run. But we'll see what happens. So the noon run today of this same system is back further north. I will say that. It has us in sleet and freezing rain. I'm in this area, so it'd be sleet. And then go into a little bit of freezing rain, sleet mix, and then into a little bit of light snow. Is that possible? Yes, that's very well possible. Just depends on the track of the low and how fast we can get cold air to crash in here. Again, I look at the millibars here with the low. The cold is up here. The warm is here. Models are still in some disagreement. So I would say within the next 2 to 3 days, models are really going to start to hammer this down. Once these systems get on land, the National Weather Service puts weather balloons up in these things, which work with the weather models. They start giving information to the weather models, which then the weather models can change depending on what they think. Of course, I'll push this out a little bit more. As you can see, it just definitely chances for flurries and snow. Anything past this storm is in La La Land. Anything past 200 hours, the next 184 hours in La La Land. It's going to change. So let's go ahead and check that Euro out. And then I want to dive into a couple of the ensembles here. So here we are. This is the newest noon run. Oh, I guess I could put this. Hold on here, guys. Put this back. Stop moving. Hold on here. Let's put this in the regions. Let's get you guys a little bit closer. All right. There we go. So there's the rain moving out. I'm just going to do the clicky thing here. As you can see, moves out. Here comes our third system. It doesn't pick anything up other than some flurries on the third. So there's 2 systems that agree that flurries. Here comes our system now for the 5th. I think this system is too far north is what it's showing. I think it's going to take a more southerly route because that cold air is going to be suppressing the storm track a little bit further to the south. I just don't think the models are picking up on that yet. So something to take into thought there. As that moves out, it goes out. Again, I'll show you some other stuff here on the models. Got another big storm possibly coming up for a good nor'easter. And then I'll give you guys a look real quick here at the... Wait, which run was that? Was that the 0-0 run? Okay, that was... Go back. That was the midnight. That was the overnight run. Let me show you the updated run here. This is the current run. has the system way further south. Does have parts of Evansville, Indiana, and southern Illinois, and parts of Kentucky and Tennessee getting in on a pretty good little winter storm. And I'll go ahead and show you the totals on that just so we can kind of see. Going to winter weather. We'll just do a total. So there you go. Could be a potential winter storm to the south. Could be nothing pretty much but an inch to the north. Now let's go back to the overnight run. We'll check that run out. We'll just go out to the end of the run. Okay. Lots of changes here. Has there really been any changes or any? This is yesterday's noon run. Okay. Had a little bit more snow. The European is definitely not a model. Here's the, yes. So see different runs. That's a different run. This is actually the 28th midnight run. And then I'll go to the noon run on the 28th and show you 28th at, so that was the noon. We'll go back to the 27th at noon. And this was its run. So as you can see, definitely a lot of disagreement in the model there on what could be coming. But again, guys, if you're good snow lovers, we don't want that kind of system. We want this kind of a system. So, all right, guys, now we're going to get into some of the ensembles. We're going to go to the GFS in here, and I'm also going to look at CP Outlook. This is the 6 to 10 day outlook. Got us very, very, all right, we need to back up here. We need to change this from the Ohio Valley to national. Now I'll go into this. So the National Weather Service is in agreement too. It looks like we're going to be in colder than normal average. This is the next 6 to 10 days. This goes all the way out, I believe, 10 days from now. So this would put us to the 8th. Okay. And I think as we go from the 8 to 14 day, this cold is going to push more to the west. You're going to see that in a lot of, so we're going to go from 6 to 10. Here's the 8 to 14 day. Yes. Severe cold down in here. Severe cold. Well under. I mean, we're talking, percentage here, 90% chance of being, colder than normal. Precipitation, 6 to 10 day. Okay, so let's put this out to the 8th. Has us above average. 8 to 14 day puts us below average. So we'll see how that pans out. So it looks like first week of January looks to be colder and a little bit above average. Looks like more above average up here, but this could change. This changes daily too. Now we're going to show temperatures. No, we're not going to show temperatures. This isn't working right. Go back to that. So I'll show you this a little bit here. So right now we are warm. This area here shows us warm. And as you can see, the warm's going to retreat. Here comes the cold. Cold's coming in. There it goes. We have our first little ejection of cold right around New Year's. Nothing big. Then right after that, we have a bigger polar vortex come in. And look, this is going to hang around for a while, guys. This isn't just a little brief, little cold spell, and then it warms back up. This is going to hang around for a while. And you may say, oh, look at the warm. It's going to push off, and then we're going to warm back up. No. That cold is actually going to overpower the cold or the warm. Cold is going to overpower the warm. And look, now we have two troughs joining together. and coming together. I mean, look, the more I put this in, here we are the 9th of January. We're going to be some serious cold. As you can see, it kind of hangs around, still kind of trying to push off, and maybe towards the middle of the month, we go back to normal temperatures on average. So we'll see. Again, we're pushing 384 hours. Anything past this time frame is probably more likely. Anything past that, or anything up to this time frame, I don't know why I can't talk today. Anything up to this time frame is more likely. Anything past that is in La La Land. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. I will have another update, hopefully sometime Wednesday, Thursday-ish. I'll put a little update out. Now, I don't do these a lot, but I kind of wanted to put these out for people in my area that snowplow. If you have an area you would like me to talk about, that you're interested in, what's going to happen, let me know. I could maybe shoot a video on your area. Now, I'm not a meteorologist, and this is not a forecast. This is just something to show you guys what could happen, what the models are showing. So that's all the purpose of this video. Now, as we get closer, I will kind of say this is what we're expecting, all that good stuff. So not 100% sure what's going to happen, but yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you midweek.